All right, well, let's, I guess, do what we can here and do some yoga, yeah? Let's start by laying back on our backs. So I've been finding this really deep state of peace that kind of starts with softening through my tongue and throat. I've been trying to kind of convey it. I don't know if it's coming across or if you're getting the same thing from it, but we're going to try it here. So just get nice and cozy. You can have a hand on your heart and one hand on the belly, or just your hands by your sides with your palms facing up. We're just going to bring in the intention of cultivating peace in our heart. And then instead of just reserving that peace for when we're seated or in meditation, we're going to use the yoga to bring that love and light from that dimension into this physical realm by learning to move our bodies from that place of peace. So join me with this intention of finding peace as you start to deepen your breath. So see how long you can make each breath last. Maybe you can make it last 5, 6, 7, even 8 seconds. And become aware of the space behind your eyelids. See if you can tell the temperature of the air there, the texture of the air there. And start to soften all that space with your awareness. Now keep that awareness, but also become very aware of your tongue. First, see if you can tell where it starts. And then just become really aware of the part of it that's sitting in your mouth. Feel the shape of it, the weight, the moisture content. And use each exhale to soften there. Feel it actually changing shapes as it gets a little sloppy in your mouth instead of so taut. You'll notice your mouth will start to get a little more wet as you relax more. Imagine every time you feel that sensation of letting go of some tension, you're also letting go of limiting thoughts about yourself. Let them go. Now we're going to use our imagination and imagine this next inhale coming in through the ears to soften all that space around the eyes and the tongue. Imagine that your mind is just another muscle that sits right here. And you can soften and let it go a little bit. Imagine inhaling this magical serum that's going to help you let go a little bit more. Take a little bit more of it in so you can let go more. Now imagine that inhale coming through the ears down into the heart space. Feel it coming down both sides of the neck and filling the heart all the way up, expanding the chest. And use that heart energy to let go even more. Notice how there's always more to let go of with each exhale, and get curious about how much you could let go. Now commit to staying in this space even once we open our eyes. And just open your eyes a tiny bit, just enough to look down your nose, but don't let your eyes really see yet. Try not to let your perception change your physiology. Stay in this deep place of peace. Close your eyes again and see how quickly you can go right back to that deepest place of peace. And do this a couple times until you feel like you can take this place of peace with you into your practice. And when you feel ready, flutter the eyes open. And anytime you lose that, close the eyes again or even drop to the floor and make it your priority to stay in this place of peace while we move our bodies together today. When you feel ready, hug your knees into your chest and move however it feels good. Now start to rock forward and back, rocking the whole length of the spine a couple times. Maybe toes touch the ground behind your head, and then rocking all the way up to a seat. And when you're ready, we'll stay in that seat. Find a nice tall spine. Bring your hands to your heart. Let your head bow to your heart. Close your eyes again. Find that place. We'll start with the eternal sound of Om. Empty all the air. Inhale, fill all the way up. Lower your hands down. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, sweep the right arm under the left, eagle arms. Try to get your palms to touch. Then draw your elbows out and up. Soften the shoulders down the back, soften the face, the tongue, the eyes. Stay with that deep, slow, rhythmic flow of air through the nose. If it helps, you can close the eyes. But we want to get used to having the eyes open and feeling this peace. So you can close them for a couple seconds. When they're open, try to keep them soft, not really looking at anything. Not letting your mind get distracted by the things you see. Go ahead and hinge forward and let your head become heavy. Keep your sit bones rooting down. Soften what you can on the exhale. Slowly come back up, root into the sit bones, find a little backward bend, and release your arms. Now we'll switch the cross of the legs, opposite leg in front. Root into the sit bones, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, sweep left arm under right, palms touch if you can, elbows out and up, shoulders soften down the back. Find your breath, find your peace. Hinge forward, let your head be heavy, root your sit bones down, soften. Slowly come back up and release your arms. Now we'll come onto the hands and the knees and get a nice tabletop setup. Start to be really mindful of your body, where you're placing things, stacking everything in place to create proper alignment, lengthening what you can. Start to really feel the strength of your body as you press down into the hands, shining the heart forward, finding that external rotation of the upper arms and a little more length in the back of the neck. Curl your toes under, lift your knees a couple inches, let your head hang down. Press into the hands and really slowly lift those knees and sit bones up towards the top back corner of your room, letting your head be heavy. Keep your knees deeply bent and just find a little more length in your spine. Press the right heel all the way down into the mat. Bend the left knee a lot. Soften what you can on the exhale. Be vigilant about staying in this place of peace. Let the moves just be secondary. Press the left heel down. Keep pressing through both hands evenly and softly drawing the shoulders out of the ears to make some space there. One more time, press the right heel down. and left heel. Come up on the tippy toes, and then slowly heel toe, step your feet up to meet the hands. Heel toe if you can. Inhale to lift up halfway, and exhale to fold. Shake your head a little bit, let your shoulders hang. Step your feet as wide as your hips. Interlace your fingers back behind your sit bones. Bend your knees a lot so your thighs are parallel to the ground, and then shine your heart forward and roll your shoulders back. On the exhale, fold. Let your head be heavy. Maybe the legs start to straighten. See how long you can make each breath last. As you inhale, drop the booty low, pull the belly in, shine the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Head is heavy, shoulders face soft. 2 more times, make them last just a little bit longer. Don't let your feet change at all. Keep pressing into all 4 corners of both of your feet, rooting down into the ground. After you empty all the air, lower the hands down, bend your knees, tuck your chin to your chest, and inhale. Exhale as you slowly round up, letting your arms and head be heavy, pressing into the feet. Grow a little bit taller, lift the heart, roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale, arms up, grab the right wrist, step the right foot behind you, drop your arms over to the left. Keep lifting through the heart, softening through the face, the shoulders, the tongue. Come back to center, grab the left wrist, step the left foot back, drop it to the right. Come back to center, bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head to your heart, close your eyes, find that place right away. Take it with you as you lower the hands down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, swan dive. Engage your core to protect your back. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale to lift up halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Stacking everything in place, lengthening everything. We're going to stay here for quite a while. If you need to lower to the knees, that's fine. Keep the back of your neck long but soft. Press into the fingers and knuckles. Lift those quads up off the knees. Soften the tongue, the eyes, and feel that place of peace, even if your body starts to shake. Keep your gaze steady. Keep your thoughts steady. Using your breath to find that stillness. Lower the knees, and then the chest, and then the chin. Untuck the toes. Press the top of the feet in. 4 rolling baby cobras. Inhale lifts you up. Hug the elbows in and back. Soften what you can. Exhale, slowly lower back down. 3 more times. Let each one be a little bit bigger, and each breath last just a little bit longer. Maybe eventually you're straightening all the way into the arms. Take your time. On the last one, maybe your arms straighten and you look up and reach up through the chin, softening the back side. Slowly lower back down. Press back to child's pose. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees an inch or 2. Press into the hands. Let the head be heavy. Slowly lift the sit bones up and back. Lengthening the spine first, and then maybe straightening into the legs as you sink into the heels. Draw the belly in and up, hollowing it out here. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose and step it through. Stack your knee over your ankle and slowly lower the left knee all the way down. Untuck the back toes. Press the top of the left foot down into the mat. Draw the right hip back a little bit. Start to peel the left hip flexor open. If and when you're ready, reach the arms up. Keep pressing the right foot down and energetically drawing it back, breathing into that left hip flexor. Feel the heart lifting and the shoulders softening. Keep that lift in the heart as the right fingertips float down towards the ground and the left arm reaches up and over. Keep that motion of right hip drawing back, left foot pressing down, so we're peeling that hip flexor open, but now also lengthening that left side of the body. Reach both arms up out of the waist, curl the left toes under, lift the right knee up, crescent lunge. Press the right knee straight out over that second toe, drawing the right hip back. Reach up out of the waist. Now exhale, open up to warrior two. And now on the inhale, let your left hand come down and tap the left leg to turn it forward back into crescent lunge on the inhale. So this left arm keeps moving around in a continuous circle, exhaling to warrior two, inhaling back to warrior one. Right knee doesn't move at all. Feel that hip opening and then turning to face forward. Next time you're in warrior two, we'll stay here and hold. Find your breath, find a little more space in your body. Find something else to let go of on the exhale. Come back into crescent lunge. Step the left foot forward to meet the right and find that chair pose. Your heels together now, sink into the heels. Draw the upper body back, pull the belly in, reach up out of the waist. Find your breath. Stand up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift your right knee up, bring your hands to your hips. And slowly straighten that right leg out in front, flexing the foot. Draw the toes back towards the face, kick out through the heel. Engage your core, try to lift a little higher. Root down into the left foot to try to lift a little higher. And then point and flex, and point and flex. Bend the knee, bring it back in, bring your hands to your heart. Hinge forward, shoot that leg back long so everything's parallel to the ground. Flex the foot. Point the toes down and slightly in, level out the hips, lengthen from heel to crown. Slowly step back into crescent lunge and sink in. Open it up, warrior two. And then we'll do flying monkey to the back of the mat, bend the right knee, draw the left toes in towards the face. You can have your arms out to the sides or your hands at your heart. Or your hands on the ground for balance if you like. Find your breath. Slowly pivot towards the back of the mat. Shoot the left foot up high like standing splits. Let your head be heavy. And hop it back, chaturanga, maybe just 1 inch at a time, maybe one big hop. Kneading back in downward facing dog. Inhale, roll it forward into plank. We're gonna hold this again. So find your alignment. Find the strength in your body as you find that external rotation of the upper arms. Soften what you can. Find that place of peace. Close the eyes for a second if it helps. If you need to lower to the knees, you can. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. Pressing yourself a little higher. Lower the knees, and then the chest, and then the chin, untuck the toes. Bring the hands out just outside the mat and walk them forward a couple inches. Come up on the fingertips, let your head hang down, forehead resting. Press into the feet and slowly peel yourself up. Let your head come up last, maybe starting to look up at the end. Soften the backside, slowly lower back down. Do this 3 more times with your own breath. See how long you can make it last. After your last one, bring your hands under your shoulders, curl your toes under, lift your knees and quads up off the mat, press up to plank, and then lift up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left foot up high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, step it through, knee over ankle. Slowly lower the right knee down, untuck the toes. Press the top of that right foot down, draw the left hip back. If and when you're ready, reach the arms up, maybe finding a little backward bend here. Keep the left foot pressing down and energetically drawing back. Breathe into that right hip flexor. Lift the heart a little more, soften the face, the tongue, the shoulders. Float the left fingertips down towards the ground. Get them a little closer by lengthening the right side. Keep drawing that left hip back and sinking in a little more. Slowly reach both arms back up out of the waist, curl the right toes under, lift the right knee up, find that crescent lunge and sink in. Get your hips spacing forward, get your belly drawing in and up. Open it up to warrior two. Let that right arm keep moving around. Let it tap the right leg to turn it forward into crescent lunge on the inhale. Left knee doesn't move at all. Right heel spins out and down. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, crescent lunge. 2 more times with your breath. Feel your hip opening. Next time in warrior two, we'll stay here. Sink in a little bit. Pressing that left knee straight out over the second toe. Reaching forward, reaching back. Flying monkey to the back of the mat, bend the right knee, bring the hands to the heart or hands to the sides or hands on the ground. Left toes drawing towards your face. Find your breath. Pivot towards the front of the mat, shoot the left foot high like standing splits and hop it back chaturanga. Maybe one big hop this time, maybe one little inch at a time. All right, if you can find that place of peace here in down dog, you can stay there. Otherwise, drop down to child's pose and see how quickly you can get into that place of peace. And come back to your intention. Don't worry about how you've done so far. Just recommit for the second half of class to being vigilant, to staying in this place of peace, resisting every temptation your mind throws at you. When it tries to convince you there's something better you should be doing with your thoughts, something you should be obsessing about or worrying about. Come back to this place of peace. And when you're ready, come up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot up high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and step it through like warrior one. Spin the left heel out and down. Stack the knee over the ankle on the way up, and then reach up out of the waist. Press the right knee straight out over the second toe. Draw the right hip back. Press down into the feet and lift up through the arms. Soften what you can on the exhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Step the left foot in a couple feet. So there's 2 or 3 feet between your feet. Both hips are facing forward. Bring your hands into prayer behind you. Or just press your fists together as high as you can get them back there. Press down into your feet. Try to keep your hips the same height as you hinge forward, lengthening out over that straight right leg. Try to keep your legs straight by lifting the quads up off the knees, not locking the knees. Tuck your chin towards the chest and see if you can get the forehead to touch the knee. Soften the shoulders out of the ears, soften the tongue and the eyes, making each breath last just a little bit longer. Slowly lower the hands down to the ground. Now lift the left foot up behind you till it's parallel to the ground. Flex that foot. Press back through the heel. Level your hips by lifting the right hip and lowering the left hip. And then bring your hands up to heart center and get your torso parallel to the ground. And find more length from your heel to your crown. Find your breath. Find a little more length. Now plant the left fingers in front of the right toes and roll the right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can gaze up at it. Keep that back leg really strong and straight, pressing back through the heel. Roll that right shoulder back a little more. So we're going to come all the way up to reverse crescent lunge. Step the left foot back, bend the right knee a lot. Right hand comes to left thigh, right knee bends a little more. And exhale, cartwheel, hands to mat, chaturanga. Leaning back in downward facing dog. Take your time. Inhale, lift the left foot up high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, warrior one. Knee over ankle, right heel spins out and down. Reach up out of the waist. Press the left knee forward, draw the left hip back. One more breath. See if you can find any more length on the inhale and anything else to let go of on the exhale. Bring your hands to your hips, step the right foot in a little bit for pyramid pose. Hips facing forward, hands in prayer behind you, or fists together to touch. Press into the feet, lengthen out. Over that straight left leg, lifting the left quad up off the knee. Tuck the chin, try to touch the forehead. To the knee, press into the left foot to lift the left hip up and back a little more. Stay with your breath. Your eyes are open, your gaze is soft. Not really looking at anything, but keeping your gaze fixed. Keeping your breath and your gaze steady will help you keep the mind steady. Lower the hands to the ground, lift the right foot up till it's parallel, flex the foot, point the toes down and in, level the hips, feel the left foot pressing down and the left hip lifting up. Bring the hands to the heart and find length from heel to crown. Press the heel back more, keep leveling the hips, it'll help with balance. When you feel ready, plant the right fingertips, roll the left arm up, maybe the gaze follows. Keep that back leg straight and strong, pressing back through the heel. We come all the way up to reverse crescent. Left knee bends a lot. Left hand finds right thigh. Right hand reaches up. Exhale, cartwheel, hands to mat, chaturanga. Leaning back in downward facing dog. Now we're going to hop the feet up to the outside of the hands, shift your gaze up, bend your knees, and hop up to that deep yogic squat. Sink into the sit bones. Start to press the knees open with the elbows and draw the thumbs in towards the heart. Lengthen through the spine and the back of the neck. And just do a really subtle little like cat-cow motion here, just to kind of shine the heart forward and roll the shoulders back more. Find a little more length from your sit bones to your crown. A little more softness through the tongue, the eyes, the shoulders, and really press those knees open and squeeze the elbows with the knees. All right, interlace the fingers, release the index finger, glue your palms together, reach your arms forward till they're parallel to the ground, turn your toes to face forward, and lift your butt till your thighs are parallel to the ground. So your whole upper body's touching your legs because everything's parallel to the ground now. See if you can squeeze your head with your arms and glue your palms together. See if you can press down into all four corners of the feet and pull your belly in. Find a little more length from your sit bones to your fingertips as you reach forward and reach back. Press into the feet, come all the way up to standing. Find a backward bend. First the heart lifts, reach up through the fingers and soften into it here. Relaxing the eyes and the tongue. And slowly release your hands to your heart. Now get your feet about hip width distance, outside of your feet parallel to each other. Reach your arms forward so they're parallel to the ground. Relax your shoulders. Soften your face. Now don't let your knees move as you just lower the booty back behind you and try to get your thighs parallel to the ground. So the knees stay stacked right over the ankles. Look down to make sure you have the same distance between your hands, your knees, and your feet, and see if your thighs are parallel to the ground. But then look forward so your chin is parallel to the ground too. Pull the belly in. Reach forward. Draw the upper body back more. Trying to stack the shoulders over the hips. Find that place of peace. Slowly come back up. Come up on the tippy toes. Roll forward into the knees, trying to keep the knees stacked over the ankles as you lower the booty back behind you till the thighs are parallel to the ground. Pull the belly in. Same distance between hands, knees, and feet. Look down if you need to for a second, but then get the chin parallel to the ground. Come up higher on the toes. Belly in, upper body back, shoulders and face soft. Find that place of peace. Maybe close your eyes for a second if it helps. Slowly come back up. Lower the heels down. Squeeze the knees together. Lengthen the spine by dropping the tailbone a little bit and slowly start to lower yourself down. Keep reaching through the fingers, shooting energy out through the fingertips. The heels might start to lift up off the ground a little bit. That's okay, you can let them. Once you get down so your hips are just a couple inches away from your heels, squeeze your knees together more and roll your knees down and forward so your thighs and your arms are parallel to the ground. Pull the belly in. Lengthen what you can on the inhale, soften what you can on the exhale. And if you feel okay here, you can start to bounce. Keep squeezing the knees together. Keep your breath steady. And now way slower than you want to, start to come back up. Step your feet together, bring your hands to your heart, let your head bow to your heart, close your eyes. Come right back to that place of peace and slow the breath down. Now lift the right leg up. We'll try to grab the big toe with the peace sign fingers of the right hand and kick out through the right heel. Press down into the left foot to lift the left quad up off the knee. Try to level the hips and then really kick through that heel. Lengthen through the crown, soften what you can. If you feel ready, open the right leg out to the right. You can use your left arm for counterbalance if you like. If you feel steady, you can gaze out over your left shoulder. Slowly bring it back to center. For 1 second, bring your head down to touch your knee. Keep kicking through your heel. Now keep your foot lifted, but release your grip. Point your toe, lift your leg a little bit higher. Engage your core, press into the left foot, lift a little higher. Now bring the knee in, bring the hands to the heart. Hinge forward, shoot the leg back long. Everything parallel to the ground, lengthen out. Step back into Crescent Lunge and right away, reverse Crescent Lunge. Left hand to right thigh, right hand reaches up. Exhale, cartwheel right hand down inside the left foot. Roll the left arm up towards the sky, gaze up at it and roll the left shoulder back. Roll to the outside edge of the right foot, sweep the left foot back. Side plank, press down into the hand to lift up through the hips. Bring the left arm up alongside the ear and lengthen out. Step the left foot behind you, roll the heart up towards the sky. Relax your head and your neck, open your heart. Slowly come back to plank, lower through chaturanga, meeting back in downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees without making a noise. Walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, press into the feet, come all the way up, find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart, and hands down by your sides. Lift your left knee up, grab that big toe with the peace sign fingers, kick out through the heel, kick as hard as you can, level the hips, lengthen the spine, the back of the neck, soften the face and the shoulders. Find your breath. If you feel steady, bring that left leg out to the left. Keep that right hip facing forward. Maybe you use the right arm for counterbalance. Kick as hard as you can. If you feel steady, you might gaze over the right shoulder. Slowly come back to center. Keep kicking. Lower your head down to touch your knee. Slowly come back up. Keep your foot lifted, but release your grip. Point your toe. Lift a little higher. Find your breath. Lift higher one more time. Bend that knee. Bring the hands to the heart. Hinge forward. Shoot the leg back long. Everything parallel. Lengthen out. Slowly come back. Crescent lunge. And right away we reverse it. Bend the right knee. Right hand, left thigh. Left hand reaches up. Cartwheel left hand down, roll right arm up, gaze up at it. Roll the right shoulder back. Roll to the outside of the left foot, sweep the right foot back, side plank. Root down into the hand to lift up through the hips. Bring the right arm up alongside the ear. Step the right foot back, roll the heart up towards the sky. Relax your head, your neck. Soften the tongue and the eyes, open the heart. Slowly come back to plank and lower through chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Good job, guys. Drop back down into a child's pose and see how quickly you can find that place of peace. If you'd rather stay in down dog, that's fine too, but only if you can stay in that place of peace. Come back to our intention for the last 20 minutes of class, to be vigilant about cultivating peace in your heart. Training our mind to allow what we really want to become our focus so we can manifest from that place of love and light. A lot of times we just find this place of peace when we meditate. Then as soon as we open our eyes or start to move our body, it dissipates. But we're using yoga as the practice to learn to move our bodies from this place so we can bring that with us into our lives, bringing some more peace into this world of form. When you're ready, come back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose and step it through like warrior one. Bend the right knee a lot, reach up out of the waist. Now open it up to warrior two and sink in. Keep the right knee deeply bent, reverse the warrior, right hand reaches up. Slowly come up, straighten the legs, shift the hips back. You might need to step your left foot in a little bit for triangle pose. Shift the hips back, reach forward, and come down, keeping both sides of the waist long. Gaze up at the left hand, lift the left hand a little closer to the sky. Roll the left shoulder back. Press down into the feet to lift up through the quads. Draw the belly in and up. Inhale, what can you lengthen? Exhale, what can you soften? Can you make this next breath last just a little bit longer? Can you find that place of peace? Legs stay straight, press into the feet, reverse the triangle, right hand reaches up. Lower the hands down, shoot the left foot high, standing splits, and hop it back, chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left foot high. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, warrior one. Set it up. Sink in a little bit more, soften a little bit more. Open it up, warrior two. Feel that right hip open towards the long edge now, but keep pressing that left knee straight out over the second toe. Reverse it, left knee doesn't move at all, left hand reaches up. Come up, straighten the legs, shift the hips back, reach forward, maybe right foot steps in. Come down to that triangle pose, press down into all four corners of both feet. Gaze up at the right hand, reach the right hand up, roll the right shoulder back. Use the inhale to lengthen your spine and the back of your neck. Use the exhale to soften the tongue, the eyes, the shoulders, the mind. Legs stay straight, press into the feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, hands down, right foot shoots up. Hop it back, chaturanga. Meet back, downward facing dog. Okay, step your right foot in, halfway between your left foot and your hands. Stay up on the ball of the right foot. Now make this about the strength in your arms. Spread your fingers, press into the fingers and knuckles, stack elbows over wrists, shoulders over elbows. Kick the left foot up, see if you can float the right toes off the ground for a second. Maybe you stack the hips over the shoulders for a second. See if you can keep your face soft. And stay in that place of peace even when you're upside down. And then maybe you switch and step the left foot in. Stay on the ball of the foot. It'll help. Find that external rotation of the upper arms. When you're done here, we'll find a child's pose. And quick as you can, drop right into that place of peace. Waste no time. From that place of peace, slowly lift up, downward facing dog. Keep your eyes closed. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right wrist for half pigeon pose. Wiggle those left toes back a little more, level the hips out. Walk the hands back with the hips, puff up the chest like a pigeon. Now keep this length in your spine as you slowly walk forward. We want the forehead resting on something, so if it can't come all the way to the ground, you can stack the arms and use them as a pillow. If you still need more height, you can stack the fists, but get the forehead resting and get right into that place of peace. Inhale that magical serum through the ears. Soften the tongue, the eyes, the shoulders, and let go of some of this tension in your body that might be the same as some of these ideas about yourself. You might be storing it right here in your hip. Go ahead and give that permission to go away and use your breath and your focus to release anything that's no longer serving you here. And think about how that motion of letting go of that tension, letting go of those ideas, it's kind of the same thing as having faith. We create this tension in our body because we think we need it to protect us. Because we think we need to control everything and worry about everything. But when you decide to have faith that everything is happening as it should, it's kind of the same thing as allowing yourself to relax, saying, I don't have to figure this all out. I don't have to understand all of this. I can just let go a little bit and trust that everything is happening as it should. See if you can feel that release, that letting go is the same thing as having faith. And we're exercising that muscle of learning to have faith, learning to let go, learning to lean in. For the last breath or two, if you want to, lift the wrists up, come up on tented fingertips to open things up just a little bit more. Slowly come on up. Roll to the outside edge of the right hip and sweep the left foot up and around, flat on the ground outside that knee. Try to get the left sit bone back down. We're going to turn and twist to the left. Plant the left fingertips at the base of the spine to lengthen. Reach the right arm up. Put the elbow outside the knee for leverage. Use that leverage. Twist the left shoulder back. Gaze out over it. Root down into the sit bones. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Take more air. Exhale, soften everywhere, and then deepen your twist. Empty every last drop and twist some more. Now see if you can find that softening through the tongue and the eyes and the shoulders on the inhale and the exhale. Now really slowly unwind through center. Find a little counter twist on the right. And come back up. We'll unwind a little bit. Just cross the ankles, plant the hands, hop it back chaturanga, or just slowly make your way back downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa. Close your eyes. Find that place of peace. Let the inhale lift your left foot up, and the exhale draws the left knee to the left wrist, half pigeon, other side. Wiggle the right toes back, level the hips, arms back with the hips, puff up the chest, keep that length, and get right into it. Let the forehead come down to rest, and slow the breath way down. Maybe you can make that inhale last 8, 9, 10 seconds. And get curious about how much you could let go. Notice there's always more to let go of on the exhale. the last couple of breaths, if you want to, come up on those tented fingertips, lifting the wrists and elbows up. Slowly come back up. Roll to the outside of the left hip, sweep the right foot up and around flat. Lower the right sit bone, turn to the right, plant the right fingertips, lengthen the spine, left arm reaches up. Elbow outside knee for leverage, use that leverage. Roll the right shoulder back, gaze out over it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften and deepen. Now try to soften that space behind the eyes, the tongue on the inhale and the exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Slowly, gently unwind through center. Find a little counter twist on the left. And come back up. We're going to bring our feet flat on the ground, about hip width distance apart, and reach your hands forward in between your legs. Press into your feet, and imagine you're trying to stand up from here. Feel the parts of your core you engage when you're acting like you're trying to stand up from here, and just keep engaging those like you were going to spring forward. Press into the feet. Reach forward like you were going to stand up. 5 more seconds. And then slowly roll back onto your back. And hug your knees into your chest. We're going to roll it back into a plow pose. See if you can get the toes to touch the ground behind your head. Inhale that magical serum through the ears and let go more. Through the face, the shoulders, the neck. One more breath to let go, a little bit deeper. And then bring your hands to your hips and slowly straighten your legs up towards the sky, stacking your hips over your shoulders and your feet over your hips. Zip your legs together, reach up through the balls of the feet, and try to lift the feet a little higher. Soften what you can, stay with your breath. Slowly lower back into that plow pose. First 2 really deep, slow breaths. Let go a little bit more. Press your palms down into the ground. Use them as the brakes. Slow as you can go. 1 vertebrae at a time lowers back down to the mat. Once your booty touches the ground, flex the feet, kicking out through the heels. Keep squeezing the legs together. It will take 20 seconds to lower the legs down. Keep your chin tucked. If you have a tricky low back, press the hands into the mat, maybe even slide them under your booty. We got 10 more seconds still. Kick out through the heels, squeeze the legs together. Find your breath. Soften through your face and your shoulders. If you want to pop up into a fish, slide those hands under your booty, palms face down. Press into the elbows to lift the heart, reaching the crown of the head for the mat behind you. Squeezing the legs together, reaching out through the balls of the feet. Maybe the feet lift up off the ground. Keep rooting into the elbows to open the heart. And release. Hug your knees into your chest. Okay, lower your feet down flat on the ground as wide as your mat and bring your arms out to the side like cactus. Tuck your chin a little bit. Now windshield wiper your knees to the right and to the left. Take your time. You can stay for a full breath or move with each breath. If you want to stay on one side, If you drop to the right, maybe you hook that right heel on top of the left knee and sink in, gazing out over the left shoulder. Just a couple more breaths to take here together today. Make them count. Take in more air so you can let a little bit more go. If you were staying on one side, come back to center, windshield wiper a couple times, and then even things out. Maybe windshield wipering a couple more times before finding our final pose, corpse pose. Laying your body down to rest. You can bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly, or just hands by your sides with your palms facing up. Close your eyes down. If you found any of those breathing exercises helpful, go ahead and do them now and get right into that place of peace. And know that the level of peace that you're able to cultivate right now in your heart gets to be felt by all the world. See if you can drop in a little bit deeper. And then see if you can feel that peace emulating out through your body, into your home, into your city, into the world. Having faith that everything is happening as it should. Feeling this connection between having faith and letting go. As you invite a deeper breath back into your body, invite the deepest part of yourself to awaken. Imagine there's a part of you that's been asleep, just now deciding to join the party. And as you start to bring a little movement into your fingers and toes and open your eyes just a little bit, imagine this is the first time that part of you has ever felt this sensation of having a body or perceived anything through these eyes. See if you can look at everything in that way with new eyes. The new appreciation for this having a body. Roll over onto either side. And instead of looking at this as the end of your practice today, imagine this is just the beginning. This was to get you in this space. Now the real work is seeing how long you can stay in this place. And seeing if you can bring this dimension of peace, of love and light into this world of form. Maybe today's the day you can make it your priority. And anytime you lose it, you can close the eyes or sit back down until you have it again. And commit to moving through all the things you have to do today from this place of peace. When you're ready, slowly come back up to a seat. Inhale your arms up overhead. One more time, we find space by squeezing the hands and lifting up. Bring the hands to the heart. Let your head bow to the heart. Close your eyes. We'll end with the eternal sound of Om. Empty all the air. Inhale, fill all the way up. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up today. May all beings everywhere be free from pain and suffering. May our thoughts and actions in some way contribute to that. Namaste.